What's up YouTube, Kronos here, and welcome back to the PSO2 video. So today's video, I'm going to go ahead and go over a couple articles that popped up on the PS2 website. Really hope we jump into that. Like I mentioned beforehand, I'm Chrono. I make content over here on YouTube daily. I'd appreciate it if you guys toss subscribe to the channel if you're new, and if you like this sort of content. But let's go ahead and jump into this. So what was it, last week? Maybe last 2 weeks? I think it was last week. We got the heroes and heroines scratches essentially. So pretty solid. We got a bunch of outfits we had access to. Not exactly the best case scenario for that those outfits themselves. Don't really have all the recolors and things like that, but you got access to a lot of outfits that if you weren't playing consistently, maybe you are too expensive, can't get a hold of them anymore. But now fast forwarding to this week, we have 2 new scratches that we have available to us. We got a hold of the cast heroes rewind and the cast heroines rewind, which in my opinion is actually a lot more valuable considering cast parts can be color swapped. So super cool. You have access to all of the cast parts basically that we've had access to in the entire game so far, in case you might have missed anything, and hopefully bringing down those prices. If you're not someone who scratches, might bring down those prices a little bit more for you guys since it'll be accessible throughout. But that is not all. We do have 2 more articles that have popped up over on the website as well. We've got the Rewind AC support scratch. You're probably thinking, you know what? That's not really that important, right? Like, we really don't care about the AC support scratch. It's just got a couple of things, but to be honest, this is pretty good. So I was going to go over my augment video for NGS, and I wanted to talk to you guys about some of the augments that'll be useful, and some augments in here are going to be very, very useful. Primarily, the Graces, Graceful My Precision Casting, since those translated into NGS are going to have the same power as Grands. Regardless, this should be bringing down the price of all of these things by quite a bit. So if you're putting together gear for NGS, a little bit of a head start, well, maybe these prices might, or maybe this will make the prices a little bit easier to stomach. Because I know if you're someone who's putting together, say God units or something for like Grands and things like that, these prices have been getting pretty out of hand, upwards of 300 to 400 to 500 mil, because honestly, people just don't need them anymore, so they're not scratching for that stuff. So we'll have to see how things go. But the real kicker here, man, oh man, and honestly, a little late, like a little too late in my opinion, but it's finally here. The SG support collection will be coming out May 26th. That's right, guys. That means your Mark Courage, your Mark Ganger, your Mark Grafe, if you're someone who even wants to use that, apparently. It's finally coming, along with Augment Aid, Divine, Mark, and Exceed Successions. So it's going to be 100 SG per ticket, so per roll. And honestly, it's good. But again, I feel like it's a little too late for this. I would have loved to have seen this the first time they had a major bonus, like the first 20% that we had access to. That would have been fantastic to be able to get all these units put together and have a good time. And then, of course, the rewind would be this. In reality, we never got it, and they're calling it a rewind. So a little bit disappointing, honestly, that it's come up, but at least it's here. I guess better late than never, right? Depends on who you ask. So all the guys who held out all the hope of this eventually showing up, like I thought it eventually did, it would show up, but we are probably less than a month away from New Genesis at this point, and SG is something that also goes forward into New Genesis, so it's a hard sell to get people to start burning SG on something that is only going to be really that powerful in base PSO2. Will I probably scratch on it? Yeah, we'll have to see. The thought of grabbing Mark Courage for my units and then transferring them over, because I do happen to have 300 augmentation transfer slots, augmentation transfer passes left over, does sound cool, but not everyone has access to all of that. I know some people are still scrambling together to be able to make God units in the first place, so maybe this will help them out. But I'll be honest, man, if I was those people, I wouldn't even recommend going after all this stuff. I would say save your SG. It might be more useful in NGS. We don't know what it's going to be used for, but it is still being used in NGS, so we'll have to see how things go. But anyway, guys, that's really about it. That's all there really is to cover. Outside of the fact, I mean, we've got our article talking about the scheduled maintenance. We can take a look and see how long that is. Actually, I haven't even looked at it. 2 a.m. to 7. So yeah, pretty solid maintenance time frame. About 5 hours. Maintenance probably isn't going to be anything too crazy, so we'll have to see. Anyway, guys, thanks for making it all the way to the end of the video itself. As always, Like on the video if you guys appreciated the content itself. Subscribe if you want to keep up with the content as it goes live, or just content in general. Bell icon will let you know when community posts go up, and as well as videos. And joining Discord or following over on Twitter will leave you notifications via those two avenues. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Peace out.